Today we are rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. Let's see what Cloud Poo gets invented from the monstrosity today. We're going to start off with the Intervention of Mortality. This is a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever a creature attacks you, or a planeswalker you control, you may destroy target creature or land. Oh my god. It's like basically impossible to attack you. I mean, it's borderline broken. This is better than Ghostly. It's better than Ghostly Prison. It's better than Propaganda. I think the only thing this would not work against is a creature that has hexproof or some gigantic ward that you're not going to be able to pay for. So I may not be able to destroy the Kappa Cannoneer because they still have to target that thing. And I had 3 mana for the intervention, but I don't have 4 mana in order to tell it to get the hell out of here. Because, like, okay, there would be no point to attacking you, period. Every single time you attack with... Oh, no, so whenever a creature attacks... I guess... So I guess it doesn't trigger... Does it trigger on each creature? I guess it doesn't. It's just whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, you may destroy it. You only hit one thing. So I guess they can still swarm you, in a way, making Ghostly Prison and Propaganda still particularly useful. Welcome to everybody. Welcome to the morning show. We do these 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays now. Okay, we got Mike, the Red says, it's not even the creature that attacks. You just get to destroy any creature they have. That is correct. Now, if they're coming after my Planeswalker, I probably want to destroy the creature that's attacking it. But, yeah, they could attack me with a Dink, and I kill their biggest creature. But, I mean, they'd be a fool to do that. It'd be a fool's mistake. So yeah, Benderberg is like, is this card not broken? It's probably pretty broken. Well, I mean, okay, look, it doesn't actually do anything. It's sort of a protecting card. It's not like I'm going to play Intervention of Mortality and then I win the game, all right? That's not how this card's going to work. It's going to be, I play this card and, you know, you're probably not going to attack me for a little while. That's all. Oh boy, otherwise I'd say whenever one or more. Okay, so I see. So it is going to be for every single creature that attacks. That is absolutely completely bonkers. Just didn't play indestructible creatures. We need indestructible creatures. We need to give them hexproof. We need to give them ward 10. What else would protect our creatures? I don't know exactly. What else would actually help around here? Yeah, power crept, no mercy. There's gonna be no mercy from the Intervention of Mortality, and frankly, it looks like it's Gandalf versus, I don't know, Skeletor there in the background, or maybe dead. Who is the other wizard in Lord of the Rings? There was Gandalf the White and something the Gray. The Gray. We have a Gray Skullman in the background. It's a may, though. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker, you may... Oh, yeah, well, I may destroy something. You know, I might not. It's not like I'm trying to invite people to attack me. Hey, look, attack me. I swear to God, I won't destroy anything of yours. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, you may destroy... Oh, that's actually interesting. You know what? If we were in a multiplayer game, someone could attack me. I'm like, hey, attack me with 8 creatures. I can blow up 8 of their creatures. We can work together around here. That actually is even more broken. Unbelievable. Yeah, goad to force attacks to the owner. Does that work? Saruman. Oh, is it Saruman the White? Who was Gandalf? Oh, Gandalf was the gray one. It's like, or... Yeah, or I guess he started gray, turned white. Just had to clean his clothes, do the laundry with Tide. That's all. Need to get those whites whiter. In case they attack and phase out in return. Oh yeah, that's possible. You know, someone could attack and then do the old. Oh, I guess someone could attack. Well, that's pointless. And then what, you play Teferi's Protection response? Wouldn't work very well. Okay, card very strong but very legal. Very, very legal. Now, and I wouldn't even put it in the territory of it danger because you don't have to attack. Look, it's just pretend it's like an ensnaring bridge and just don't attack that player. It's as simple as that, frankly. Okay, next up, we've got Ghost the Door. Apparently this is a Yangu card. This is a 6 mana, 3 loyalty planeswalker, +1. add double red and a green. Spend this mana only to cast land spells. Is there any lands with a casting cost in this game? Okay, hold on. There are lands with a casting cost in the AI-generated world. We've seen that many times. Not to mention, I don't even know if you can even cast them, because I think by default, a land doesn't have to be cast. For 0 loyalty, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and also -8. Create an entire 2! You heard that right. Not 1, not 0, 2 1/1 white and black vampire creature tokens. Get this. That -8's got to be worth something. They've got lifelink. I hope you enjoy that lifelink. That's some strong lifelink over there. There's an extra -4 loyalty just to give them lifelink, I'm telling you. Yeah, power creep. Power creep to the max. Right, happen right now. So yeah, Ghost the Door. Pretty underwhelming card, actually. I can't say it's illegal. Like, you know, it's doing weird things. It's adding the mana cost to my land spells, which I think, yeah, exactly. Hold up, casting land spell. We have had quite a few. I'm pretty sure we've come across a few AI-generated cards that were like land sorcery and so on. We've also come across a lot of lands that are not lands, or still not a land, or they are still a land. Oh boy, land spells can't even be cast via the rules. I know, but they'll have it. I'll tell you this much: they will have a casting cost if that matters. You know, engineered explosives on. No, engineered explosives doesn't even work. How about like some sort of board wipe that affects CMC? CMC 0 would usually affect lands, but in this case, it won't because they've got a mana cost. All right. No, they won't actually. They don't get a mana. Add 3 mana. Spend this own mana only to cast land spells. It is. I'm assuming the land has a mana cost, although it doesn't make any use for the mana, only to cast land spells. There's some sort of interaction here that we're not seeing here. By the way, we do have a bingo card, as we do every single week. Keep your eyes out peeled for those bingos. It's up to you guys. It's up to chat. Only viewers like you can find the bingos. Just keep a screenshot of that, and hopefully have more fun throughout the show. Only land creature I know of isn't cast. It's correct. None of them cast. I think the closest would be the adventures on FF Towns. Oh! Yeah, that's right! Great idea, Shinobin. Great idea. Okay, we're gonna move on. So maybe that card actually can cast something. Moving on, we've got Cardu Archangel. This is a 5-mana 3/2 Frog Wizard. Okay, we'll look at the Frog Wizard. This Frog Wizard has Trample, and whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks, we get to Surveil 2. We also have Spare the Snard. I guess suppose this is the Snard. Isn't this supposed to be a bard? It's almost like a jester that also double acts as a bard. Whatever. Jesters, they were like entertainers. They entertained the king. Back in the day when we didn't have TikTok and YouTube to entertain us. Okay, we have exile target creature you control. Then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Oh, it's just a blink card. So you've got a little bit of an ephemerate attached to a 5-mana 3/2 body. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks. That's very, very specific. This card itself doesn't even have Death Touch. Doesn't even give other creatures Death Touch. You basically have to build Death Touch into it. Sorcery speed kind of sucks, though. It is true, it's not good versus removal. I'll tell you what, Kono, all you have to do is you get your Teferi Time Raveler in play, you go +1, and then you're good to go. Otherwise, it's just a good way to blink cards for value if they create any value. If they're valuable at all. It's just a different branch of Bard, the Snard. Yes. They're all they're under the Bard family tree. This is I suppose it's like a Snard is a jester-ish bard of some sort. White Trample is pretty unusual. Oh boy, Mayfly. Do I have some news for you? A lot of these cards are very, very unusual. The AI and the color pie, they don't mix. Actually, do we have a bingo thing for that? Here, we could always already say it breaks the color pie. Where's breaks color pie? I know it's on here. You guys are supposed. There we go. Breaks the color pie. Yeah, white trample is incredibly unusual. I don't even, you know what? Why not? White is adjacent to green. Under some specific circumstances, I imagine we can trample over stuff. I guess they just don't have the big chonky creatures that would technically trample over things. Snard is a snark bard. I like that. I like that idea. Okay, the Carder Archangel. Remember, it gives all my other creatures, when my Death Touchers surveil too. That's got to be valuable in some way. I like how absolutely none of this card has synergy with anything. The card doesn't have an ETB. It doesn't give Death Touch. You have to build around the Death Touch. It has blank for no reason whatsoever. So the AI stream was moved? No, this is the AI stream. Wednesdays, every second Wednesday, but it's in the morning now. 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're living in the morning. I give notifications in Discord and on my channel. People don't get them. They just don't see it at all. I should add a picture maybe to help the algorithm. Don't worry, people will learn. You know, you'll get the notifications are working. The YouTube notifications are working. Moving on, we're gonna get aggressive with aggressive naturalist. We have to get natural aggressively. 2 mana for a spirit creature with no power and toughness, nothing. Pretty pathetic. I don't even know if I can call you a creature. You're basically a borderline enchantment. When aggressive naturalist enters, it explores. If it would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Just out of curiosity, for anyone that knows the rule, does it die immediately? Like, it's got no power and toughness, but it's a creature. If I understand correctly, I mean, you need to have at least some toughness to stay alive. You know, that's sort of the rule of being a creature in this game. Are there 2 shows a day now? Absolutely not. Not unless I have like a vacation coming up and I have to build up inventory. But no, this is it's just the times have changed. If anything, we've changed back to almost the old times a long time ago. Yes, it's dead based on state-based effects. I'm sorry there, aggressive naturalist. Too aggressive. Should have been a little bit more conservative. Got a little too excited to get into that red zone. Okay, whenever you cast an enchantment spell, and you better cast it super fast because it's going to die instantly. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Too slow. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on. Oh, okay, so it doesn't die instantaneously. It actually is going to have a little power and toughness. At the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 1 damage to you. Turns out this is actually sort of a legal card. Yeah, so it enters with... Yeah, reading the whole card might explain why the card is not complete shite. Bingo, missing stats. Although it does give its own stats. All right, we do have a bingo. Yeah, there's like a missing power and toughness stat. It doesn't have it. Missing subtypes or stats. Sure. Missing power. The power of the naturalist. Very, very aggressive for a creature that has no power, you know what I mean? Okay, so we can get to this ability where whenever you cast an enchantment spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. What is this like? It's very similar to... It's like an enchantment champion of the parish of some sort. I don't even know if this is even worth it in an enchantress deck. It's not an enchantment itself. Oh, you know where this might be good? I think there's a few spirit enchantments, like those bestow enchantments in... Were they spirits? I think they were spirits. Maybe I'm wrong. From those Theros block, the bestow mechanic, from those Theros block things. Yeah, the constellation enchantment. So that actually might work out too. I don't think you can even have a creature without stats. So, believe me, in this world we can. Can you put +1/+1 counters on a creature without stats? We are going to do it today. And at the low cost of dealing a single damage to you. Well, it better be worth it, aggressive naturalist, because you're not really naturally anything worth playing in the first place. Okay, we're gonna look at more crazy AI-generated cloud poo, but we do have to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. Where's Fusion? There we go. It's a little stuck. What happened? Where's... It's all discombobulated. Okay, hold on. There we go. FusionGamingOnline.com, where I get my Magic the Gathering cards. The Fusion Gaming Open is coming up at March 21st to 22nd. Better believe I'm going to be there. because they're going to have a modern open, a standard open, and commander events. I'll even try to pull out my Urza deck for that one. Also, I'm going to I'm going to order my Merfolk cards from here, because I have to soup up my Merfolk deck for that event. And I will do it using coupon code Nikachu to get 5% off all my purchases. And if you use my coupon code as well, it will save you 5% too. And it also will support the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, where are we going here? Let's get back to AI generated land. The land of AI cards. There we go. Okay, next up. The Gladiator Laboratory. Not the lavatory. It probably came from the lavatory of the laboratory. 7 mana for a 2/2 creature with no creature type. When this creature enters, seek a land. What is that? That sounds like it like conjures it up or something. This creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is that card's mana value. Seek is a real mechanic, isn't it? I gotta look this up. Seek mechanic MTG. Seek is a digital twist on the tutor effect. Certain cards allow you to seek a card with specific criteria, randomly pulling one from your library that meets that criteria. So we're going to randomly pull out a land. That's something that couldn't happen on tabletop. We're going to seek a land out of our deck. I'm going to really need that land, especially since I already had 7 mana to cast this card in the first place. Yeah, mana value for a land. We got 7 mana ramp, baby. 7 mana ramp. All right, we need every land we can get, especially since this is a 2/2 creature, and frankly, we need to play better stuff other than this. Wait, is there a land with a mana value? Is this the second time? Seek a land card. This creature gets +X, where X is that card's mana. This is the second time in the same show that the AI cards have referred to lands with mana values, or has like strongly insinuated. Oh yeah, that's true actually. Every Toads is 100% right. Dryad Arbor has 0 mana value. It does have a mana value, it's just that it's 0. It's not particularly useful. So that means this creature's mana is going to get +X/+0 for 0. Modal phase cards. You know what the problem is? Those cards aren't considered lands. That's actually a problem, John Hogue. Great idea, but the problem is those cards are only considered spells on the front side, and they're lands on the back side. But for the purposes of searching out searching out a land in your deck, they're not targetable because they're only lands on the back. They're like lands when you play them, but not lands in the deck. Bingo, unexplored design space. You mean the mana value of the land? I don't know if that counts for the bingo. Seek is already a mechanic that exists in this game. +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is that card's mana value. Okay, you know what? Sure. It's it's like a somewhat weak design space, but it's design space. Here, where is this? Where is the design space card? Unexplored design space. We've never buffed up our creatures based on their mana cost, but we can do it now. That's for sure. Final Fantasy Adventure lands have a mana value. Well, no, they all have mana value. Okay, that's actually true. We've got some lands from Final Fantasy that might have a mana value. Quick card says, I'm so tired this morning. Please show me absolute bangers that wake me up. Well, we are all coming with the bangers. Look at that. We got a 7 mana 2/2 that pulls lands out and buffs itself up by its mana value. There's nothing more banger than that in in Magic the Gathering. It also has no creature type. Could be any creature. Nobody who cared who I was until I put on the mask. But after I put the mask on, no one knows who I am. Next up, we got Michian of Bones. This is a 4 mana 0/8 beast. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a land card if it's a creature card. Oh, this is like a variation on what's that discard land mechanic? I think it starts with an I. I can't remember what is this card. Mechanic to discard lands to cast card. Retrace. What was I was thinking of? Yeah, retrace, guys. Okay, so this is like a new form of retrace. And honestly, it works. I mean, it's instead of a land, we're retracing with our creatures, which sort of goes against like the whole point. Yeah, you activate 2 creatures. It's possible. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a land card if it's a creature card. We could discard a creature with madness, and we actually don't even discard it into the graveyard. We get to keep the thing. Man, what's with the AI today and lands? Was Earth Day a couple weeks ago or something? You would think, wouldn't it? Read the reminder text. You activate 2 creatures. What? And that's like it's not like we can correct the reminder text. This is what they say. You activate 2 creatures. Oh no, that's the ability. You may cast this card from your graveyard. So what does it do? Do I cast this card, or I'm just activating 2 creatures at the same time? No, it has to be both a land and a creature, right? By discarding a land card if it's a creature. Oh, I see. You're right. So it's like a Dryad Arbor. So what is it all? How many lands that are creatures in this game? Is it only Dryad Arbor? So it only works if you discard Dryad Arbor. It don't no, Treetop Village doesn't work because Treetop Village you have to activate to turn it into a creature. It needs to be a creature that's already a land, or a land that's already a creature. Ambiguous it. A lot of ambiguous stuff around here. The reminder text is wrong. Well, how are we going to judge the reminder text? Like, we don't even know what this mechanic is. I would assume it's wrong. Dryad Arbor price spike by 1,500%. Thanks to the Mitchum of Bones. Would it actually? You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a land card. And like, if it was Commander, there's like only one land card that's a creature card at the same time. Does the if it's a creature text only apply to the discarded land or to Mitchum of Bones? I have no idea. Yeah, it's I guess that's a problem. I mean, I would assume it's the card that you discard, because the card Mitchum of Bones should know that it's already a creature card. Always has been, in fact. Most important question from Von Ragnar. Why would I want to bring back creature with no power for format? For format? Wait, you need a wall, okay? Maybe you're playing a Duran deck, and that Duran deck probably is playing with Dryad Arbor. That definitely is going to work around here. Art looks like a Kaiju number 8. Olga says, I would love to discard a Dryad Arbor to spend 4 mana to cast a 0/8. We all love doing that. Hey, look, this could be like the beginning of an entire series for this mechanic, all right? You know, when you look at a cycle, there's some good cards in that cycle, but there's also stinker cards in the cycle. We're just looking at the stinker card of the cycle, that's all. Anyway, the ability and mechanic is incredibly ambiguous. Fletch is reached bingo. We're not exiling anything from the graveyard. You need to exile things from the graveyard for the fleshes to be reached. Kirk Black says there are cards that make creatures have power equal to their toughness. That is true. Or you attack with the toughness. You attack with your butt. The great butt attack. Yeah, no flesh reaching yet. We need wizards to bring out more land creatures first. Yeah, I mean, like, it needs a little bit of support. I bet it's in the set. If we look at the entire set that this card is from, I bet we would see that land creature support necessary to make it work. I think this would be cooler though if we only discarded a creature card, not discarding on a land that also simultaneously is a creature. Probably needs land creatures' bones to be repaired. Quick Card says, one day somebody will train an AI on the AI cards and finally generate new support for all our favorite AI mechanics. It would be necessary. Then the cards will get really stupid. Hey, Cool 23 Pictures, welcome to the show. Still waiting for that 0-1 Kobold Mountain. Oh my god! That sounds so real. I never even thought about that. The kobolds, they hide in the mountains. They might as well be a mountain. They've been in the mountains for so long, they are virtually a mountain creature. Just like Golem. Golem is effective. That could have been Golem, actually. Could have been a 0/1 mountain hobbit or something. Yo, I heard you like AI, so I AI'd your AI, dog. Sir Stanley, with Camel First of Croza approves of more creature lands. Absolutely. Okay, Mitchum of Bones. You don't really work, because you don't actually make a whole lot of sense. Your reminder text makes no sense. Look at that art on Leech. Is there really no card in Magic the Gathering called Leech? It gets disqualified if it copies another card name. Okay, for 10 mana, it is a colorless instant. That's right, you could play this card in any deck. So it better be they make them colorless to drive up the price of those cards, because anyone can play them. Target creature's owner may draw a card. That's right. 10 mana. And we have to target a creature. This is the hardest card draw of all time. I have never seen more expensive card draw in my life. I have no idea how this is going to be good. Yeah, it's 10 mana cantrip with a condition. Under condition, because we do have to target a creature. If we have no creature to target, in fact, we could target a creature, and if it dies in response, we don't even get our card. Does this break the color wheel? You know, at 10 mana, you can make anything work for the most part. See Jade Leech? Jade Leech is not Leech. All right, we have one Leech. It's leeching an entire card off the top of our deck. Okay, the mechanic says, or the card says, during nending his compares. No, none of that actually made any sense either. You can target another player at least if you wanted to. No, I can target another, target creature's owner. Target creature. No, I can target my opponent's creature if necessary. I just spent 10 mana. Do you want to draw a card? Nah. Oh, yeah. Target creature's owner may draw a card. Well, okay. Think of it this way. Let's say I play Leech on my creature, and my opponent responds with Bowmasters. Now I can back out of my card draw. I can back out of my card draw, just in case I want to do it. You know, what if my opponent plays Hull Breacher? I can back out of my card draw. What if my opponent plays Fairy Mastermind? I can back out of my card draw. It gives you that option. More options are better in this game, all right? You'll appreciate that you have more options. Options give you power. 10 mana, and it doesn't even remove Poison Cannons. That's right. Leechtron. Yeah. The only deck that could reasonably cast this card would be a Tron deck with a bunch of colorless mana. They don't even have many creatures to target. By the time they get there, I don't even know if they want to target anything. Eldrazi card draw. As if they don't have, I mean, yeah, you could play Kozilek and draw 3 cards, or you could play Leech. Weigh the pros and cons of each card. This one's not a creature, if that matters. I'm pretty sure if your opponent saw you playing this card, they let you do it out of pity. I wonder what other cards I'm playing in my deck to get to this point, though. Yeah, you may draw a card. You don't have to. Think about it. Take a long think about it when it resolves. Leech Post. Yeah, my favorite deck. Yeah, we're not playing 8 Post anymore with all the cloud posts. Yeah, big shout out to the sick art over there. Done by Coco Mix. Coco Mix does his own card art. Affinity for nothing. It would be, you know what? You know what, actually, Toads? This card would be infinitely more interesting if it actually had affinity. Then it's like a 0 mana cantrip. Okay, but even then, I don't know if that would be even worth it. Like, you sort of need to net cards. It's just like an empty card in your deck, assuming you have 10 like artifacts on the battlefield. Old Boy says, has to be 10 mana for a card because you can play it in mono white. That's right. So we jack up the mana cost just for those the white decks. Combos with you win the game cards for 100% maybe. Maybe it should have Convoke. Well, here's the thing. Like, all this is just a weird cycle. This is like an overpriced cycle if we're only drawing one card. Like, it's no purpose. It's incredibly silly, in fact. Late game junk in your hand. Absolutely. I'll tell you what's not junk, though. Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. the place I go to if I need to rent cards to play any deck, any format I want on Magic Online. Remember, they've got Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, and more. They also have Commander and one-on-one Commander and four-way Commander. You can play all your favorite paper formats and any deck, any format when you want to when you rent with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using coupon code Nikachu_649 to get 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. Have fun playing a lot of formats with Mana Traders. And okay, we Leech. Okay, you're legal. Pretty terrible though. Above and beyond terrible. Very overpriced draw card. Captain Rumia says this should be a cycle similar to Ancestor Recall, Lightning Bolt, and Dark Ritual. Yeah, we could have, this is bad Ancestor Recall. Then we have 10 mana, deal 1 damage. 10 mana, add 1 black mana. The worst filtering of all time. Okay, moving on to Gumped. It's got Phyrexian mana. Okay, we can get Gumped for 1 mana and 4 life. It reminds me of Dismember, actually. Instant. Counter target spell, then put it into your hand. Wow! We're stealing our opponent's cards. This is super illegal, actually. It's incredible. Not only is it incredibly broken, it breaks the rules. Under no circumstances are somebody else's cards allowed to go into your hand. I've actually looked. There's not a single, outside of stealing your opponent's cards with ante, there's no way to get your opponent's card physically into your hand. As far as I know. If anyone knows how to do that, I would love to hear it. It's an open challenge to anybody. If they can find a legal way using legal cards, not unset cards, to physically get your opponent's card into your hand, I would love to hear about it. Technically works on Arena. That is true, actually. Based on Arena these days, anything can happen. Alchemy makes the impossible possible. And by legal Magic cards, I mean paper Magic cards, not the Arena nonsense. What if the opponent counters your card? You can also counter to return it to your hand. Yes, you could. You could Gump someone's Gumped. Get Gumped! We have Positron. Wow, you're hella early today. It's only 4:35 p.m. Yes, that is going to be the new time. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Be there or be square. Got to get the word out. Monday, Wednesday, and then on Tuesday and Thursday, it's super late in the day, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Von Ragnar, steal a card with Bronze Tablet, bounce it back into your hand, and voila. Okay, hold on. I gotta derail the show a little bit here. Bronze tablet. Does that work? Oh, why is everything so jank? Everything got janked up today. My whole system is gumped up. Okay, Bronze Tablet. Remove this card from your deck if you're not playing for ante. You need to play for ante. That's the problem. So I said it has to be non-ante cards. That's an ante card. Yeah, if you're playing, the ante cards will let you get cards into your hand. Old Boy says 400.3, the rule. If an object would go to any library, graveyard, or hand other than its owner's, it goes to its owner's corresponding zone. See, that's the problem. So this card. Oh, so Hunt. So this card is legal. It's just that it would never go to your hand. It would go to your opponent's hand. If it would go to any library, graveyard, or hand other than its owner's, it goes to its owner's corresponding zone. So what Gumped will do, we're going to counter the spell. Then we're going to put it back into their hand. That actually makes this card absolutely terrible. It's literally, it's like, it's basically 1 mana remand. Okay, I take it back. It's like 1 mana remand. Yeah. 1 mana and 4 life. No card draw. I wonder if that makes it fair. Maybe it's okay. It's like yoink. Oh no. Oh yes, actually. It's gonna yoink and then yoink back. You get the double yoink over here. I guess that's why you get gumped. You yoink, but then it doesn't actually yoink. They didn't yoink my yank properly. Yeah, and you can lose life for that. I mean, we could pay like 2 life and 2 mana to have a remand. Yeah, fair. I think it's kind of meh. Well, 1 mana. Okay, I'll tell you where this would be good is combo deck. I think combo decks would like this card. I think a lot, maybe not everyone, because Because these days you got like Pact of Negation and a bunch of free cards. But, you know, 1 mana to basically remand other interaction is not terrible. Taking a chunk of life out of blue players might be worth it. Take a bite out of those blue players. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice 5 lands. Not really. What else do we have here? Okay, we have Laura Ciol Su. I'm gonna just call you Loris. No, but you can take priority and counter your own spell before your opponent counter triggers. Okay, that's interesting. If Silver Border can let you get Exodia into your hand, it probably could take a tour opponent's card. Yeah, but when I made an open challenge for anyone to get like an opponent's card physically into my hand, I'm talking about not like legal paper Magic the Gathering cards that don't use ante. Okay, Shinobi says the legal version would be worded, put a copy of the card in your hand. I don't even think we have anything like that in Magic. Putting a copy of a card in hand, like putting a token. I don't think any tokens go to hand. If you know what I mean. Can your own spell for Storm? Ooh! Get the double Storm. Storm twice. Storm, let the Storm trigger, and then get gumped. Actually, no. Storm with the Storm trigger on the stack. Gump your own card. And then replay the Storm effect. Would actually be more useful if worded return target spell to its owner's hand to get around can't be countered. True story. Yeah, this one, well, I mean, we can't make these cards too broken, Mayfly. Can't make it too broken. In this case, you know, potentially, we have to make it a counter target spell card. That's the beauty of Magic. We got that variation. We have all these nuances. It must be such a pain to get into Magic these days. Like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't counter that. Or sorry, my thing's uncounterable. Yeah, I'm sorry, but my card doesn't say it counters your card. It says it returns it back to your hand. There's a difference. Yeah, I know it's a blue card. It still costs 2 mana. Suck it up. That's Magic, folks. Create a copy. You may cast it by paying its mana cost. Oh yeah, that would work. Good morning, Frosty. Magic is like a box of chocolates. You have no idea what's going on. AC with the huge super chat. Love the streams. And with that super chat, we'll take a look at another 5 cards after the 1 hour mark, which would be an additional 5 cards from stuff that I owe from last AI show. Is this art AI too? No, it was done by Coco Mix. So if you see Coco Mix as the artist, Coco Mix personally did this himself. The old-fashioned art, done with humans, the old-fashioned way. Okay, next up, we've got Compalet's Stronghold. This is a 6-mana 4/4 boar. This pig reminds, what is it, Charlotte's Web? The pig reminds me of Charlotte's Web. When Compalet's Stronghold enters, conjure a card named Cruel Minot, or maybe Minnow, into your hand. Then sacrifice a zombie if you do draw a card. That is a lot of work. Okay, so man, there's so many alchemy cards these days. So many alchemy cards. We're gonna conjure Cruel Minot into our hand. Now if we have zombies on the battlefield, I don't know why. Oh, I guess this is like plants versus zombies. We're on the farm. On the farm, there are plants. There's boars. And there's zombies at the same time. If we sack our zombie, which is a good thing, we get to draw a card out of it. Speaking of alchemy, I know. Good morning, Pokemaster. Never seen you stream this early. It's been a while. Originally, the stream was at 9 a.m. actually, like 4 or 5 years ago. We're going back. We're going back to the old-fashioned days. Way back in the day. Bring the old times back. Frank, actually, I miss the old time. I woke up and sometimes I was sleep deprived and I just got into the show. Is this a bingo reference to another AI card? Cruel, yes, actually, that is correct. That we are referencing another AI card that we have no idea exists. Let's reference. Some people remember that there's still a bingo card here. Where is it? Target. Look at references. Another AI card. Feeding advanced corpses to the pigs. Those pigs will eat anything. Anything, I tell ya. Fake Cake Music, because originally your stream started at 11 p.m. Europe for me when I'm already asleep. That's right. Originally, you mean right now? I don't think so. Or you mean the last? You mean the most recent time, which at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time? Yeah. Then in Europe, that would be 7 to 8 hours ahead. We've got Flavior with is Plants vs Zombies like Golgari infighting? I suppose so. I don't know. Is a Golgari like a zombie? I guess it's zombie-like. I know they've got skeletons. I don't know how many zombies they have here. 9 a.m. doesn't cyber, 8 p.m. cybers. You know, it all depends on your time zone for the most part. But no one will miss a beautiful AI stream, even if it's in the morning. I'm sure you people will wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to an AI stream. What is Cruel Minnow? I don't know. I don't know. There's no, there's probably not gonna be a follow-up to it, unless it's gonna be shown later. Okay, we have Teutonic Nightmare saying, pro tip, you can technically use Maskwood Nexus to make your cards zombie pigmen. Ah, absolutely. So all your boars, all the pigs, they can be zombies at the same time. Does Golgari not have plant zombies? I don't, you know, I'm not a Golgari person. I'm like a blue person. So I have no idea what Golgari does. Whenever I'm up against Golgari, it's Dredge. And frankly, I'm not looking at the creature types when that happens. Okay. The Compolet's Stronghold, it works. Can't say it works very well, but works is better than not works, period. We have another super chat, I believe. From... I can't read your name! Hello, nice to catch a live stream. It's almost 11 p.m. here, and that was the point. I can hit the Asian... If we go early enough, we can hit the crowd in Asia. And oh, is that Taiwan? New Taiwanese dollars? So also known as TWD. Thank you very much. What is 150 divided by 22? I think that's in USD. What is this? Yeah, $5. I believe I think that's new Taiwanese dollars. Thank you so much. I'm going to Taiwan in about a month. Good old Taiwan. Show up there like once a year. I missed most of the stream. Well, there's always a replay, Corbin. And also people donate the crap out of this stream. So we're going to look at a few more cards. So we're going to look at another card thanks to this super chat after the 1 hour mark. In Germany, pork prices are so low. McDonald's has McRib all year round. That's good stuff. Okay, we're moving on to another card. We have Mercurial Leader, a 3-mana 3/1 creature, again with no creature type. No creatures want to reveal themselves today. Protection from black. It's classic. White protection from black, black protection from white. Creatures with power less than this creature's power can block. If it's your combat phase, then create a token that's a copy of it. What? Does this, like, not help me at all? When this creature enters, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Well, that reminder text is absolutely wrong. Like you. Wow. I'll tell you this much. The flavor text is grammatically correct. It's 2 words, but it's a really rare situation where the flavor text is correct. Grammatically correct, I should say. Bingos everywhere, no creature type, and wrong reminder text. I think we've hit both of those, though. Do we have wrong reminder text done? I don't see like wrong reminder text. No, we have no reminder text. Fake reminder text. Maybe it's this one. Fake reminder text. Oh no, it's real keyword fake reminder text. No, that doesn't count. We don't have a real keyword here. No. And we did the other one. Create a token of creatures with power less than the Mercurial's leaders during your combat phase. Seems a little bit broken. Well, here's the weird thing. Okay, it's like creatures with power less than this creature's power can block. Well, they always could. So they can block if it's your combat phase, which it's going to be because I'm attacking. And on top of that, like, it doesn't say like creatures greater than its power can't block. So it's like, okay, you're just doing what you always did, and then create a token that's a copy of create a token that's a copy of it. I guess if okay, creature's power less than this creature's power can block if it's your combat phase. I guess then if you block, then create a token that's a copy of it, a copy of that creature. Like you. Yeah, I'm gonna make a second one. Look, there's 2 of them in the background. Oh my god, now there are 2 of them! Oh, hold on, it can't block? Creatures with power less than this creature's power. Oh, can't block if it's your combat phase. Alright, I completely screwed that up. Okay, so then create a token that's a copy of it. But then I never block. What kind of token is that symbol? I know. 4th time's the charm. It says can't. It's a big run-on sentence. Alice, it's saying creatures can only block on your combat, like not on others. Yeah, I know, exactly. But in this case, it can't block if it's your combat phase. I guess it can block if it's your main phase. It's a token that's a copy of your combat phase, RP game. Oh yeah, it's a little ambiguous. Then create a token that's a copy of it. Again, ambiguous it. Do we have something like that on the bingo card? Like ambiguous, super ambiguous explanation? No, we have only undefined X. We need undefined it on a bingo card. I don't blame Nikachu. These are hard to understand and read. Well, the real, you know, a lot of people, they're like, streaming's easy. You know, the real challenge is reading these cards and then reading your comments and also giving commentary at the same time without skipping a beat. I love blocking on my main phase, exactly. We love blocking on our main phase. It's even better to block on your main phase. You do it with style that way. It's classy to block on your main phase. Bingo, we are technically looking at it. We are not. I would not say this is a looking at it card. Who's it? Mercurial leader, all creatures with power than Mercurial, or it could be the combat phase itself. So, okay, Von Ragnar has an interpretation. The way I understand it, it stops creatures with lesser power, but only during your combat phase. Commander, relevant, and then it copies itself. Okay, that's a pretty good interpretation. So it's like, it hurts my head. You know what? It hurts my head too. Screw this card. Too ambiguous. It definitely doesn't make any sense. To the rank with this card. It was just a big pile of cloud poo. Okay, we got Freedomar's Hero. Congratulations. You get the star. It is a green instant. Search your library for a basic mountain or forest card. Reveal it, put it into your hand. Shuffle it into its owner's library. Then discard a card. Freedomar's Hero deals 0 damage to target creature. This is literally the definition of doing nothing at all. It's just a weird green discard outlet. Card does not... Well, no, it does something. We are discarding a card. In fact, we're discarding 2 cards. We're discarding the Freedomar's Hero. So we are doing a little something. Yeah, do nothing minus 1 card. What if I fail to find a basic? You don't get to discard a card. It's too bad. That's deck building design. That was a deck building error on your part. It's a madness enabler. Look, hey, it's a madness enabler. It enables dredge in a weird way. You do get a mountain or forest into your hand. Well, for a second, then you have to put it back. Hold on, I just question. Okay, search your library for a basic mountain or forest card. Reveal it, put it in your hand. Then shuffle it into its owner's library. Yeah, you put it right back. I was just wondering, did it ask you to put a mountain or forest in your hand and then put a mountain or forest back into the deck? One with something. Yeah, exactly. Kills illusions. It can do that as well. So any creature that has like sacrifice, it becomes targeted, or it also can break the Kira shield on Kira Great Glass Spinner. So you can spend this 1 card, break the Kira shield. We have Mike the Red. If you know you have an unneeded forest or mountain on your top deck, this would put it somewhere else. Most likely. Look at that. You're finding a lot of uses for this card. So if you can see the top card of your deck and it's a forest or mountain, we can shuffle it back into the deck and get a fresh card on top. Bingo Lurk, look at it and does nothing. It's doing a lot of things. What do you mean this card does nothing? We can kill illusions. We break the Kira shield. It's like a weird scry by shuffling mountains and forests on top of our deck to the bottom. I think this is a great card. We're finding a ton of utility out of this thing. It does everything and nothing at the same time. Look, if you try, and it's a madness enabler, fills the graveyard. You know, we're actually 2 cards higher to thresholds because the Freedomar's hero is also going to go to the graveyard in addition to another card from our hand. This card is as useful as the cardboard it's made from. Von Ragnar, this card is like taking your friend's kid for a ride and then dropping it back home in the end. That's right. I hope you like the ride, kid. Fake cake music. Okay, you convinced me. It's an instant too. We can do it at any time. Well, I don't know if it's ban worthy. Whoa. Let's not go crazy now. The people who spend all their money on Freedomar's hero, we got to think about them. We got to think about their investment. Nikachu's giving this card too much praise. I'm just saying it doesn't do nothing. We see cards, they literally do nothing. It's just like 10 mana, and it's got a lot of words on it, but they actually literally have no impact on the game. Clears Brainstorm. It's a shuffle effect. It's just a shuffle effect in general. If there's like garbage cards on top of our deck, we can instant speed shuffle our deck through here. I mean, this is basically better than, was it? There's a red card that shuffles your library. Immediately $100 tag. What is it called? Champion? No, not champion. Soldier of Fortune, I think. This is green Soldier of Fortune with upside. Like, look at the potential here. This is a prime card. This is going to be a standard must-have. 1-drop. Yeah, deck shuffle in green. Something or other says, I bet in 10 years there's going to be mechanics that break this somehow. You better believe it. And you can give any number in your deck. No, you can only have 4 of these in your deck. 4 at maximum. AC says, new format. Pick 1 AI card, then build a deck from legal cards around the 1 AI card. You can pick a few more than that. But it's an interesting home game idea. It's a reveal effect, so you force your opponent to look at your mountain and forest before you shuffle it back. Oh, okay. You know what? You got me there. That's a good one. It's a look at. That is a look at it effect. But I won't say it does nothing. You can't say it look at it and do nothing at the same time. Not in this case. Don't forget the 0 damage. I know that 0 damage can be a lot of damage. It can add up. Actually, it can't. You can deal an infinite amount of 0 damage and we'll still deal no damage. Show them your ugly basic land. Yeah, the draft. Oh, man. You know what? You know what actually grinds my gears? People who play with, like, rubbish draft basics online. Like, you have the choice within, like, a tier 1 deck. So you're playing a tier 1 deck, and you've got the absolutely ugliest lands that just look like draft chaff from, like, the draft bin. It does irk me. We got Loris. It can't even reveal the secret lair not safe for work island. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm very curious what that is. There's no not safe for work land. It can't even reveal the secret lair not safe for work island. I have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm very curious now. Would this also destroy illusions? Yes, if the illusion says that if it's targeted by anything, because it does target. There are many illusions that are like, if I'm targeted, I blow up, and then I cease to exist. Von Ragnar, here's my full art foil. My full art foil. I'm not going to play it. I just want you to look at it, and it's going to be shuffled back into my deck. It is part of the conditions of this card that I show it to you. It's basically a show and tell day. I mean, you can use it for Panglacial Worm. Look at that, Panglacial Worm. Look at all the utility out of this Freedomar's hero. You get a lot out of this crap. Oh, the Butt Pug Island. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, why do they have to make it a butt plug island? There's not many good snow-covered islands. Look up the Scott Balmer Island. All right, I guess I have to look that one up. Okay, Freedom Mars Hero, technically very legal. Very, very legal. It's doable. It's doable. Next up, we've got Keldon Mana Construct. This is a 4-mana 3/3 human werewolf. Whenever you cast a historic spell, target land becomes a mountain until end of turn. Tap and untap dwarf you control. This creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each treasure token you control. Oh my god, is this like a real card? So if you cast a historic spell, that is artifacts, legendaries, and planeswalkers, I believe, are all historic spells. Target land becomes a mountain. That might help. I mean, I don't know if we need any more mountains. We already had 2 red to play our Keldon mana construct. Cost 1 less, but it's free. Yeah, tap and untap dwarf you control. This creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each treasure token you control. That's fine. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. Oh, that's what planeswalkers are legendary. That's why I had it in my head. Okay, artifacts, legendaries, or sagas are all historic. I don't play with many cards that use the historic mechanic. But the ability to tap a dwarf doesn't cost anything. How do you reduce its cost to -1? I don't get it. Tap an untapped dwarf you control. This creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. This ability costs 1 less to activate for... Oh, yeah. It didn't cost us anything. Does that mean we net mana? You know, negative... Like, -1 subtract 1 is a positive? I don't know. Did we net mana here? It's supposed to be a cost, but it didn't cost us anything. Maybe we get it. Can turn blue players' islands and screw their cannon magic. Oh, maybe it can. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, target land becomes a mountain until end of turn. Maybe it enables our mountain walk with our Goblin King. Goblin King cares about mountain walk around here. It's like a mini Blood Moon. It's actually like a clunky Tide Shaper. Chaos Ensues bingo. It's not chaotic enough. Chaos Ensues is when it's a big jumbled mess of nonsense that doesn't make any sense. These are all intelligible sentences that mostly make sense. Negative cost don't add mana. Damn. It's basically gave us an ability for nothing. Okay, so the deal is, I'll tell you what. I bet if there was, yeah, hold on. Someone mentioned Suppression Field. That's actually a really good point. Where's Suppression? Someone mentioned Suppression Field. There we go. It's a counter to partial counter to Suppression Field. I believe Suppression Field, it makes activated abilities cost 2 more to activate. So this is an activated ability, but it would cost 1 less if there's a Suppression Field effect on the battlefield, or like any card that adds attacks to your activated abilities, they now are cheaper. We are countering the tax. Dwarves suck. They do. We are not getting good dwarf. The only Magda. I fear no dwarves, but that one dwarf I fear. Is there a card with text Destroy All Mountains? Yes, I think. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure there is a Destroy All Mountains card. If that matters. You want to blow up some of these mountains? That's very rude. Be careful. You got your own mountains in your deck. If you cast historic spells on opponent's turn, we can make them pass the turn if they are running mono-color decks, not red ones. Cast a historic spell, target land becomes a mountain until end of turn. You know what we need, actually? We need to be able to loop like a 0 mana card over and over again. If we can loop the 0 mana cards, then we can turn all our opponent's lands into mountains. If you cast historic spells on opponent's turn... Oh yeah, you want to cast spells on their opponent's turn. Remember, it's only target land, so we need to cast a lot of spells on their turn. Yeah, potential mana fixing, possibly. I think it's better to wreck your opponent's mana, though, if you can. Yes, it is good for Mountain Walk. All you need is 1. It's good for the Goblin King, the king of all goblins. There is no Destroy All Mountains card. Really? Due to Blood Moon. That's not a good excuse. Maybe. Maybe that was the case. They've got like acid rain, and there's so many like destroy all islands, destroy all plains, destroy all forests. What else is there? We got boil, we have acid rain. I can't remember. There's one for swamps, but there's no one for mountains. Funny. There is an all mountains become plains. I guess that's the closest. Glacials and conversion turn all mountains into basic plains. That's the closest we got. Okay, Keldon mana construct. Constructing mana. Red mana. It works. Okay, our first, we actually have 5 super chats since last show. We got one from Barbara Flight, Captain Rumia, and Steve Cooper, and 2 super chats from Sushi Elemental. We're going to start off with our super chat from Barbara Flight. Thank you very much for that super chat last week. Ekronos Presemeration. What the hell does that mean? It's a land. Tap the next creature spell you cast named Gripfif becomes a god and gains at the beginning of your end step, draw a card. This card is borderline useless. We don't even know what Gripfif is, if it's even worth becoming a god and turning into... Like, the card doesn't even tap for mana. This is just pathetic. It's possible it's broken. We don't know who Gripfif is, but I imagine if I don't think it... I can't see this being worth it unless Gripfif is literally like a 0 mana god that turns into a one-sided Howling Mine. Wait, but if you have that Gripfif card, this ability can stack. Oh, that's actually a good point. So we get Gripfif on battlefield. That's right, Gripfif. And then every single turn, we can add another ability of this. Card draw end of turn. Oh, did it say at the beginning of your end step? Oh, so it's not even Howling Mine. We have to wait until end of turn. This plus Spy Kit. Oh my. You can make everything a god. No, hold on. I think the next creature spell you cast named Gripfif becomes a god. No, it can't stack because we need to keep playing Gripfif cards. So it only affects the Gripfifs that we cast, not the Gripfifs that are in play. They gain the next creature spell you cast named Gripfif becomes a god. I guess it's not a god at first, and then gains at the beginning of your end step. Draw a card. Doesn't even work with Spy Kit. You have to yeah. I know we all got a little excited there. We all got a little excited for a second. It's too bad. Does nothing as long as Gripfif does not exist. Well, we're gonna assume that it does exist, unless this is like a future sight card. Imagine Wizards printed a future sight card like this. Like, here is this land that has this really powerful ability to a card that hasn't been printed yet. Wait 5 to 10 years for it to come into existence. Make Gripfif, then cast a clone. No, but then it wouldn't work. Because you still need to cast the Gripfif. Clones are cast as a clone, but come into play as that creature. How does this even work? Oh, no, it's just tap the next creature spell you cast. Yeah, okay. So it's just waiting to be cast. Does the ability go away, or does it just stay and stack till you cast a Gripfif? That is a good question. So the next creature spell you cast named Gripfif becomes a god. So yeah, that's a good question. If we tap a Chronos Presemeration and then we untapped it and tapped it again, would it get 2 instances of at the beginning of your end step draw a card? That's Judge. That is a really good Judge question. Doesn't say this turn. Well, it just says the next creature spell you cast named Gripfif. Oh, so actually you could keep I guess you could keep tapping and untapping this every single turn. So you have to keep track of a counter of how many times you've tapped this for the turn that you finally play Gripfif. Gripfif is broken. We don't even know who Gripfif is yet. For all you know, Gripfif deals 10 damage to us at our upkeep, you know. We're being too optimistic here. Yeah, I would also assume it gets multiple instances. The next creature spell you cast will give the judge an aneurysm. They would never make this design today. Not legendary, so you can have 4 of these. Oh yeah, we have 4. What? How janky is our deck? Like, we don't even know what Grip Fifth does. Like, oh, we have a bunch of these Chronos Presumerations in play, and all we're doing is we're tapping them like crazy. Waiting. Oh, I can't wait till I get my Grip Fifth. It's gonna be juicy. Okay, I think this card's stupid. It is. I'm boarding this one. I don't even know if it's it's like technically legal, I guess. Ugh, whatever. It's technically legal. Completely stupid though. We don't care. We want to draw. We want to draw a lot of cards. A lot of cards. At end step at that. It says at end step. We could play Grip Fifth and Grip Fifth just dies. Just dies. Gets blasted off the face of the earth. Okay, next. This super chat is courtesy of Captain Rumia. Thank you very much for your super chat, Captain Rumia. This is Assault Extructor. By the way, these super chats are coming from like the last AI show because we ran out of cards, but we're not going to run out of cards today. There's a lot of cards. Okay, this is the Assault Extructor, a legendary artifact with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, sacrifice 2 lands. Oh my god!
No! God, please, no!
Whenever a land... This affects everybody. William is like, that's actually beautiful. Chef's kiss. The ultimate land destruction. Bingo. Yeah, bingo. Everybody is playing to lose here. Yeah, where's the play to lose square? Where is playing to lose? We're definitely playing to lose here. Play to lose. You lose. We're trying really hard. Only affects you. It's crazy. Whenever a land enters the battlefield... No! Oh! So if anyone else plays a land, I also sacrifice 2 lands? This is anybody. Oh, good God. This is anti-ramp. So it's just the controller that sacks the lands, right? Yeah, it's not symmetrical. Oh my god. Yeah, donate it. We have to donate it fast. Oh, it doesn't have any mana cost. We actually have to cheat this in play in a weird way. We have to cascade this onto the battlefield. So we have to cascade into our Assault Extructor. Or the main ways I know how to get this card in play. It's like you can show Intelligent in play. You can as foretold it in play. You can also cascade into it. Yeah, no CMC, donate target. Combos with Bailoff Prime. I have no idea what that card is. All right, it doesn't say the controller are the ones that sack. That's right. Well, no, we're the owner. The owner sacks. So it's like I play Assault Extructor. And then, you could tell everybody is like, if anyone plays a land, I'm donating this to you. Whoever plays a land makes me sack my lands, I'll donate this thing to you. Don't make me do it. Look at the artwork. Yeah, it describes it. Exactly. It's all death. Tons and tons of absolute death. Anti-landfall. Anti-ramp, anti-landfall, we know with this card we can unban Primeval Titan. Just give it to the Primeval Titan player. It's an artifact. Isn't there a way to put an artifact directly in play? There's actually a lot. That's a good question, actually, Epic Nate. There's a lot of ways of tutoring artifacts in play. Yeah, we can convoke this thing in play. Not convoke. There's a lot of artifact tutors that we could tutor this thing directly onto the battlefield. The world's best tinker target. Oh, yes. Feel some sarcasm there. And Fadia's ultimate the Ren and 7 and get all landfall from elementals again. Corbinek says, can we tap lands in response to sacrificing lands? Yes, because this will trigger. This is an ETB. So if we play a land or if someone else plays a land, we can tap our lands for mana before they are blown up. Use mana rocks. Yeah, we're gonna have to be all mana rocks for this deck. I guess that's probably the better way of playing this. We are 100% a mana rock deck. Just like we're all Mox Opals, Lotus Petals, Simian Spirit Guides for mana, and we get this Assault Extructor, and maybe we aren't even going to be affected by it, and then we can donate it to somebody else. Olga says, whenever your opponents play another land, they must sacrifice their friendship with you as an additional cost. That's basically what's going to happen. Okay, card is horribly illegal. This is a terrible card. It's one of the worst cards of all time. If we are 100% mana rock, then why have this unless we donate it? That's the point. We're gonna donate it. And I guess we depend on everyone else playing the lands because we don't have lands ourselves to trigger this thing. Maybe that's bad deck design. I don't know. Oh, you know what we can have for lands? We can have the dredge land. There's a dredge land that's like I can't remember what it's called, but you dredge it back to you can dredge it back to your hand, so you have like a landfall trigger every turn if you need it. Next up, this is a super chat to Steve Cooper. Thank you very much, Steve Cooper. This is a Nell Fiend, a 2-mana 1/1 Vidalcan wizard. Whenever you cast a spell that's both blue and a frog, this creature has base power 5 and attacks this combat if able. Whenever this creature enters or dies, target player mills 4 cards. Fascinating. Cast a spell that's both blue and a frog. I can only think of Psychic Frog. Oh no, sorry. There's probably more frogs than that. This creature has base power 5 and attacks this combat if able. That's fine. 2-mana 5/1. That's actually seemed pretty strong. Yeah, frog support enabled. Leapfrog. Esper Psychic Frog. Whenever this creature enters or dies, target player mills 4 cards. That could be you, actually. You know, a lot of the Psychic Frog decks, they want cards in their graveyard. Also enables the Psychic Frog. Leapfrog games frying. What's Leapfrog? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Leapfrog. Apparently, Leapfrog is more popular than Psychic Frog. This is it's from Guilds of Ravnica. 3 mana for a 3/1. Leapfrog is flying as long as you've cast an instant or sorcery this turn. Very surprised that is the de facto card people are reaching for. For how long does it have 5 power? Forever, I guess. Yeah, you get it for forever. It's permanent. If it doesn't say until end of turn, you get it for every turn. Those are blue. Yeah, well, Psychic Frog is also blue. It's also black, but blue. The blue still counts. You must cast during combat. Oh, if you cast a spell that's both blue and frog, this creature has base power and 5 and attacks this combat if able. No, you don't. You can do it at any time. You can play it on your main phase. It just gets 5 power, and then this card attacks this combat if able. Dies to Searing Touch. Dies to anything. Dies to Lava Dart. Dies to Gut Shot. Jokar says, such a good sack outlet for the black-white graveyard deck in Standard too. Sack outlet? You don't need to sack... You want to sacrifice the Nell Fiend? This is your beatdown card. Corbinick says, Color Pie Break, mill in black/white is weird. Is it? I don't think so. Like, how about... we just had a black... They just printed a black card. The Overlord of Baelmerk, right? That mills. Doesn't that mill? That's itself mills. Or are you talking about, hitting anybody? When this creature enters or dies, target player. Oh, so you're saying milling somebody else in black is weird. Okay, that might be true. Yeah, black does self-mill a lot, but not opponent mill. Mono black can mill just fine. I think the idea is that black doesn't mill the opponent very often. Black does self-mill all the time. There's a million cards for that. Okay, well, I think it's sort of neat, and it's actually very doable. And I don't know why you'd ever play frogs in this deck outside of like Psychic Frog though. Wait, if you have 2 combats during your turn, wording is ambiguous. Or you cast a spell that's both blue and frog. This creature has base power 5 and attacks this combat if able. Then you would, I think you would attack all combats. Is the idea. Balustrade Spy would like to know your location. The ultimate self-milling card. Okay, next up, we've got a super chat coming from none other than Sushi Elemental. We have 2 super chats from Sushi Elemental. We have Soon's H Bauble. This is a 5-mana artifact creature. For 3 mana, target opponent loses life equal to its toughness. What? Oh, the player is a... Huh? Is this a player a card type of card? Oh, it's also... Yeah, player is a card, also dead on arrival. No power and toughness. And this one definitely is not coming back. So when a land you control enters, put 2 -1/-1 counters on this creature. Stop! Stop! It's already dead. This card is already dead. No creature type or power and toughness. It died alone, and nobody knew its name. Actually, I guess we did know its name. Okay, hold on, but this is definitely a player as a card sort of bingo card. We do have that, right? That's a bingo card. Player equals card. We also have another super chat from Captain Rumia. Thank you very much for your super chat. A cast pot agreed, which allows me to AI generate 2 more cards. That is correct. For $10, you can make that work. Who's it? Yeah, I don't know who it is. It just dibblick. It's diblicking around. A lot of diblicking. For 3 mana, target opponent loses life equal to its toughness. So definitely the player was a card of some sort. Also referring to player as it. Believe it or not, Hexnort, some people like to be referred as it. It and that. Votes for graveyard? Probably. Oh, and a target opponent loses life equal to whenever a land you control enters. Put it. I don't know. I don't know if this is really a great. It doesn't have anything to do with the graveyard outside that it dies instantaneously. So flavor text. I can still watch out someone adventures. Yeah, from hell. The Coalborn Elder Druid. I can still watch out someone adventures. With that big eye, why not? How do we judge player toughness? Well, they would be some other card would give them toughness, right? So they had like a power and toughness of something. They had like, I don't know, turn to squirrel. Dang, a card designed to hate exclusively and agendered folks. Yeah, that's so sad. Very, very, very sad. But recognizing them. At least acknowledging they exist, you know? Most important thing is that they're recognizing their pronouns. How about that? That's the real win in here. Landfall, Undying, and also it does have an ETB. Like it does technically trigger ETBs in some way. I misheard that as Coalborn Elder Druid. Sounds like it could be an A guy card. Oh, absolutely, it could be. Okay, it is. This card is a bit stupid, but it's still doable. Okay, next up we have another super chat from Sushi Elemental. We got Red Has Snuff. This is a 10 mana 12/12 creature. Again, there are no creature types anymore. It's like. The AI is like, we don't need creature types. In fact, it's a downside. There's so, it can't be affected by Plague Engineer. Can't be affected by anything that attacks a creature type. You can't attack that has no creature type, that is ambiguously a creature. Trample, when this creature attacks and it isn't blocked by a creature, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. It's ball lightning, but it's a slow ball lightning, and it's 10 mana. Probably should have been a beast. Maybe it's a Phyrexian beast of some sort. Rhino's allergic to players? I suppose so. Or it could be like a bee, like the Rada's Snuff will attack the opponent so hard that it's going to lose its tusk. Maybe lose even its entire head in combat. And when it pulls away, it loses its head. It just gets ripped off. That actually makes some flavor sense, in my opinion. Think about it. There's a lot of creatures out there that they'll get their horns or their antlers stuck into whatever they attacked, and then they're basically dead from there. Then they don't survive. Make a copy of this creature with haste. Oh, that would work, actually. Yeah, you could copy. This could be just an enabler of something that you copy and then just force out to die anyway. Half bee, half Babirusa? I don't know what that is. It's almost like 90s card design. It's so close. Designed like those cards way back in the day, where it was so expensive but so worthless at the end. It was never good enough to win the game by itself because you had to sacrifice, so you lost something big. So it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like a wasp or a bee. No, not wasp. Wasps can sting you in millions of times. The bee is the one that loses half of its body in the attack. Weird that the AI uses some callbacks to other cards and card names like Rada. Oh, not weird at all. If I see her flint or my chinge aback enough of my hands. That didn't make any damn sense. Oh yeah, it's a fling target. Very expensive fling target. Doable. Could you blink it to avoid sacrificing? You could actually, because it's an end step trigger. So you could attack, deal damage, blink your Rada's Snuff, and do it all over again for next turn. Yeah, it would be it's a whole new thing. You went to the spa. Forcing to block is so old school. Just use lure. Whenever this creature attacks and isn't blocked by a creature, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So only when it actually got through. So if this is a good, wait a minute. Whoa. Here's the interesting thing with this card. It has trample. So if the opponent does block it, the end step trigger doesn't happen, but we still deal like a huge chunk of damage. That's very interesting. So if the opponent wants to save themselves some life, that one turn, the downside is Rada's Snuff stays in play. But if you don't block at all, that's when Rada's Snuff actually goes to the graveyard. Sack it to Phyrexian Dreadnought. That makes the Phyrexian Dreadnought effectively like 11 mana. Gift a Fish, Rhino Smash. How often can an opponent take 12? Well, in a commander game, they can usually take at least 12. Yeah, that's actually curious. It's very interesting. Very interesting dynamic here. This would be totally good in old Magic Sneak Attack. Maybe. I can't remember what good creatures there were when Sneak Attack first came out. It's not enough stats for that downside with that mana cost. Okay, anyway. Very interesting card. I like it. You know what? It almost Zybers. It almost Zybers. Okay, now we got super chats from all of you guys. Let's get to AC's super chats. 5 super chats on compliments of AC. Null to the Marvels. This is a 3-mana sorcery. Destroy target land or enchantment. Oh my god, it's blue Stone Rain. Destroy target land or enchantment opponent controls. You don't control that card's lands that player controls. You heard that right. Okay, now that's a Chaos Ensues card. That's Chaos. That was just complete gibberish. Where's Chaos? Chaos Ensues. See that squiggly line with the arrow? That's exactly where that card went. That's a perfect description of Chaos Ensues. One good created upon the arrows of the time in them. How to heal down on his goddess. Heat versus cold art. I guess that's what happens. That's what happens when we just try to destroy target land or enchantment. You know, it was too good to be true. Heat versus cold. It was too good to be true that this card was a blue Stone Rain. Bingo, blue doesn't need a Stone Rain. No control, says the AI. Yeah. Destroy target land or enchantment and opponent controls. You don't control that card's lands that player controls. That's right. Who up healing down their goddess right now? Only one good created upon the arrows of the time and how to heal down on his goddess. We gotta heal up. Heal up, stupid. Or maybe it's like Final Fantasy, like Phoenix Down. Isn't Phoenix Down a good thing? Phoenix Down like repairs you, doesn't it? That's how you do it. We're gonna heal. We heal down to get our health up. We got Gigas here. I do be here. I do. I also do be here. Destroy target land or enchantment you don't control. Usually that's what we're destroying for the most part. Okay, interesting card. Very comical. Next super chat goes to Territorial Cleric. This is our second super chat. A white instant as an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice a land. Territorial Cleric deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of cards in that player's hand. Territorial Cleric deals 3 damage to each creature defending player controls. Holy cow! As initial cost, this is like an insane burn card. could be like turn 1, deal 7 damage. I know the card is absolutely bonkers. It's probably just as good turn 2. Because you know what, spending my turn 1 to blow up my land. I mean, I guess I take the draw in that case. Yeah, holy flame strike. Maybe it's pretty okay. Okay, in 60 card Magic, I would say this is broken. I think this is pretty broken. Pretty broken. Not to mention, it's a one-sided board wipe. Who is defending player? The person in front of us. I guess that's good. To each creature defending player controls. I guess you choose the defending player. AI's loving lands today. The second effect only triggers during combat. Territorial Cleric deals 3 damage to each creature defending player controls. Oh, oh, I see. So defending player only. Yeah, so that's fine. It's an instant anyway. Has to be done during combat, I guess. Not a problem. You know what? We can play all our cards during combat. It makes perfect good sense to me. Anything to destroy. And you know what? And it'll be at the perfect time too, because that's when you want to wipe out their creatures. So declare attack, then cast Territorial Cleric to wipe out all their stuff. Works perfect in my opinion. Hold on, I'm just setting up some stuff. Can each player have their own different X value? What do you mean by that? Can each player have their own different X value? Deal X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of cards. Yeah, I think it depends on the player. So if one player has 6, another player has 3, they take that much damage. Bingo for its Zyber. This card Zybers? This card's insane. That is a lot of damage. You can deal 7 damage turn 1. I think this is complete nonsense. This is too strong. But it's not too strong for today. I mean, it doesn't say win the game on the spot for 1 mana. So by all means, for today's show, it's quite fair. Okay, next card, we look at Legion's Companion. This is a 3-mana 2/2 Phyrexian Ape. If an even commander of a color word, a player rolled you cast a spell this way. Okay, this is its controller pays 2 for each of those cards. I didn't know we were talking about cards. I didn't know this is a card game. Otherwise, Legion's Companion deals damage to that player equal to the number of instants that player controls. What's interesting about this card is usually it's like it gave up in the beginning. Usually, this sort of looks like a gives up halfway card where half of the card makes sense and the second half didn't make any sense. But in this case, it didn't make any sense in the beginning and then start actually make sense in the end. This is what happens when you start drinking your coffee in the morning. So you got that mind fudge, got that morning mind fudge that we all have, but then you get a cup of coffee and then everything starts to make sense. The juices are flowing. I got my coffee here. You're a big fan of the art here, Frosty? That art is incredible, and that sit? It looks like your average art to me. Epic Nate, can you look at specific cards submitted by us in Discord? Absolutely not. I have enough cards to look at over here. Maybe for giant super chats, I will do that. You've unlocked a new idea, Epic Nate. Maybe that could be custom Magic the Gathering cards too. How much interest is there out there to donate to get what's it called? To donate to get user submitted AI generated cards on this show? Let me know in the comment section. Which in that case we could have double the AI shows a week. It sounds crazy, but it's possible. Shinobin, players don't have instants on the battlefield, so I don't think the second half makes sense either. For a super chat big enough, you'd probably do anything. Absolutely. Anything legal. It's an AI generated card I submitted. No, I understand, but we don't take cards on this show. I just take all the crazy cards that have been curated over here. For what amount of dono? Oh, $5 at least. It'd be the same rate as the custom card shows. The player is getting rolled. Yeah. If an even commander of a color word a player rolled, you cast a spell this way, its controller pays 2. Okay, this is a bunch of nonsense. I think there's some older AI cards that got missed that I think are worth looking at for sure. But no, I'm going through them one at a time. There's a bunch of new cards that we haven't gotten to. Now, I used to do the most recent down, and now I'm just going through order. So I go through like every single card that ever exists, so I never run out ever again. Okay, we've got... Oh, Bordeaux here is first. You're actually not first. You're incredibly late, but that's okay. You're last, but maybe it's first for you. Okay, so now we have Station's Mutal. This is a blue instant. Target opponent reveals their hand. Put the cards on the bottom of their hand in any order. She'll give him at glimpse of accustomed without each attention. Disa Moliter, Song of All. Canto 8-1, 5-1, 12, 22. What a verse. So target opponent reveals their hand. Put the cards on the bottom of their hand in any order. This is basically okay. This is a look at it card. This is the definition of looking at it. Did we nail look at it yet? Oh, we did look at it already. Damn. Song of All. That's my Song of All. That's my jam. Song of. Is this real? Song of All is long. Makes sense though. This is takes a peeksies. Disa mo leader sounds like something Jar Jar Binks would say. Maybe he's saying I'm a leader. Yeah, Disa mo the leader. Does anyone remember when like Star Wars Episode 1 came out? And for Halloween, there was like a million Jar Jar Binks costumes, and they were completely unsold because nobody wanted to be Jar Jar Binks for Halloween. Yeah, the marketing team screwed up on that one. We have Gitaxian Probe at home. Yeah, it's called Peak. And we have Peak at home. It's called Station's Mutal. Huh, I notice you're shuffling your hand a lot over there. I want in on that action. That's right, JMK. Does not okay. This do we have does nothing? Technically doesn't do complete nothing. Okay, we'll give it the do nothing, but we do technically get information. We actually learn about our opponent's hand, so it's like an Inquisition of Kozilek, but we don't actually discard anything. Thin Grinder says, so Song of All combines Beethoven, Noise Queen, Tokyo Hotel, T-Swift, and Black Metal. If you want to combine those things. Are you hiding cards under your hand? Are you hiding cards under the table? Okay, Satan's Mutal, actually legal. Super doable card. This is... Where are we on the super chats? I think was this the first one? Oh, I lost track. Where was the first super chat? I think is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is the first of the new super chat. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this is the second one of 5 cards. This is Savage Eroding, which is a 3-mana sorcery. Choose one. It's a modal card. Savage Eroding. It's eroding savagely. Savage Eroding deals damage to any target equal to the total mana value of cards in your hand. What? What? That is insane. That is insane. Now there's finally a use for all those outrageously expensive cards for nothing. Yeah, the first effect is in just absolutely nuts. Suddenly that, where's that card? Where's that Rhino? Look at that, Rada's Snuff. There's actually more to your snuff than what you realize. Yeah, Savage Eroding is actually quite strong. Yeah, Draco making a comeback. All the big mana cards are making a comeback. This is Nightmare Mule. Can this yeah, it could kill someone in one shot. Just ramp into this and then deal a casual 40 to somebody. Okay, second ability. Savage Eroding deals 4 damage to target creature. Then up to 1 target creature gains indestructible until end of turn instead. We also have, at the beginning of your next draw step, draw a card. So we draw 2 cards. This is just a cycle. You know what's good? It says at the beginning of your next draw step, because this is a sorcery. We can't play this at upkeep anyway. And then we have return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Okay, this it danger. This card it danger big time. Where's the it danger spot? There has to be an it danger spot. Did we hit it danger already? Or is there no it danger? It danger! Here's our it danger card for today. The art goes appropriately hard. Yeah. The power of 1,000,000 mana costs in my hand. Bingo also wall text. 1 bingo per card. You think this Zybers? You nut? Clearly, I mean, this does make really janky, expensive cards useful for once, but it's like a 1 card. It's almost like a 1 card combo. We finally found a purpose for Leech. Yeah. You called my Leech useless, did you? Somebody probably looked at somebody's hand with Station's Mutal, and they're like, wow, you're playing Leech and that stupid Rada's Snuff. Those cards are useless. Your deck is such a loser deck, and then you top deck Savage Roading. It's like, who's the loser deck now, buddy? Who's the loser deck now? You called my deck bad. Tier 4. You just didn't understand what I was going for here. You didn't understand what I was building around. Olga says second ability replaces 4 damage with making something indestructible. I think the way I'm looking at that, you deal 4 damage to target creature, then up to 1 target creature gains indestructible until end of turn instead. Like, so I'm assuming another creature becomes indestructible. It's just something else. The second Eldrazi win con. Yeah, it's plan B. So every Eldrazi deck will play this. Although you can't have a colorless. Well, I mean, okay, in a 60-card format, you could play this easily, but in Commander, you can't have a colorless Eldrazi as your commander. Second ability reads, you're dead. Psych! Still live. Okay, interesting. I would say this card, it danger too much. It can go to the your rank for danger qualities. Next up, we got Nemesis Twister. This is a 3-mana 4/2 Orc Warrior. Tap, roll a d20. From 9 to 19, you may say, have set Grull equal to scare ability. This is a do nothing. Now, this is legitimately, this card does nothing. This is this is the most legitimate. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna re-put it. This is the definition of doing nothing. See, like, at least the last card, we looked at somebody's hand. Yeah, not 20, baby. Yeah, so if you roll anywhere between 1 and 8 and 20, nothing happens. You don't have to say squat. You can just sit tight and do nothing. Dang, so close. Now, I believe it does enable something. Couplings died the Pega. Was that like a reference to something that does nothing, Sheev Lord? I can't remember what Couplings died the Pega does or means. We still roll a die. Now, that will trigger, I guess that does trigger some cards on die roll. Yeah, there's some ability that triggers on die roll, I think. I do agree as well. I mean, it's a 4/2 creature for 3. It might be draft chaff. 4/2 for 3 mana sucks in the year 2026. Might as well be like a 1/1 for 1. Whenever you roll a dice triggers, there are. I don't know which ones because I don't roll dice. You know, you will not find me at the craps table. You'll find me at the poker table, but not at the craps table. This is a craps card. Sakamata the Walk Mammoth allowed you to say Couplings died the Pega. We have some AI-generated card historians in the house. It triggers an opponent for all the dice rolling you're doing. Yeah, it will. It can also stall for time in a tournament. Okay, I'm going to activate Nemesis Time Twister. roll my d20. All right, well, I rolled a 10, so I'm going to say have set growl equal to scare ability. Pass the turn. I can legally do that. Opponents will be so pissed that I'm stalling. Legally stalling. Just to reach time in the round. Does the ability trigger with all your rolls? Well, not by itself. We mean we just roll a d20 once here. Is it illegal to say the phrase after you learn 1 to 8? Yes, it would be illegal. You'd be illegally stalling in a tournament if that were the case. Copy the ability 100 times with Go-Go from Final Fantasy, and you're forced to say the lines 100 times and thus lose to timeout. No, not lose to timeout. So in a tournament, you would, if you go to time and nobody has won the game, then each player will have 5 additional turns and you can draw the match if nobody's ahead. Or if you're ahead in the match, you do this. That would work as well. It's like, you telling the opponent, you want me to play this out, or would you like to concede? I'm curious how a judge would interpret this, if this would be considered slow play or not. Like, this is a legal thing to do in the game, even though it has no effect. It's even a may ability, so you don't have to say it. You could just troll the players. Oh yeah, you may say it. So under all circumstances, you could just say nothing in general. Okay, card is dumb though. To the rank with this thing. Next we got the spider word. This is a 6. The spider word. The word is the spider. Spider word for 6 mana. It's a 7/7 elemental wizard. Trample. If an opponent controls an island and you control a mountain, spider word has tap draw a card. That is a cool, neat effect. I actually really like that. Not even a spider. Well, it's like those spider demons from Doom. You know, they're not actually spiders either. They're like more mechanical than anything. Yeah, there's a bit of a flavor fail there. I like that idea, though. Like, if your opponent controls a land, a certain land, and you control a land of a certain land, you get, like, an ability. That's unexplored design space. When Spider Word dies, target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Give the ability to something else. I feel like a 6-mana creature could have tap, draw a card with no condition. You would think that, wouldn't you? Bordeaux. I would also think that. But I can't really expect anything. Emperor just arrived. How much did I miss? Almost the entire show, but we still have a few more cards to go. But you're not a spider? Look, they identify as a spider, all right? Let's just move on. Caring about opponents' owned lands. What is this, the 90s? Yes. Look, these AI cards, they're trained on old cards from the entire history of Magic the Gathering. Oh, he's on. This is a great point. He's on the spider. It's not the spider itself that we're casting. We're casting the elemental wizard that rides the spider. This is like a Kargan Dragon Lord type of card where there's a warrior, a human warrior, but it's on top of a dragon. But the creature type is the human warrior. And this elemental wizard is just spreading the word of the spiders. That's all. Spreading the word of the spiders. Especially with this being blue and having a draw ability on condition. Word to your spiders. They speak for the spider. Maybe they speak in spider. It's the spider whisperer. This guy can speak to the spiders and therefore speak to everybody else. Interesting card. Okay, legal. Okay, the last in the super of all the super chats, we've got Fanatical Armor. Careful, that armor is a fanatic. It's a 5-mana 0/0 Numbin horror. Is there like a new creature type thing? New real keyword fake. No, we don't have anything for new creature type. I guess there's, you know, most of these cards didn't even have a creature type today. Another dies instantly card. These creatures today, we just can't hold them down. We can't even nail them down to the damn battlefield. It's Vigilant, Trample. This creature gets +1/+1 for each land card in your graveyard. Oh no, okay, it doesn't die instantly. This is actually just a regular card. Still a horror. It is a horror. Lands, the deck type just got some vintage support. You could put you could put this in a lands deck in Legacy. Seems like a pretty nifty alternate win condition. This card also would look, I don't want to say it's great, but playable in Dredge, because they'll have a lot of lands in the graveyard. The Drider is the Spider Drow. What? Sometimes the flesh... Are they referencing the fleshes have been reached? Sometimes the flesh of spells look at which would be fleeing with Coward. I feel like this is referencing the fleshes have been reached. Because the fleshes get exiled from the graveyard and they're fleeing with Coward. Also, the original fleshes have been reached actually referenced exiling lands from the graveyard. Fleeing to exile, exactly. If this is the armor, I'd like to see the wearer. Oh, great. My Crucible Worlds has downside now. Too expensive? Hey, you're a lands deck. You probably have, like, Cloud Post and crap like that in your deck. Bro, with the Excruder, the Brutal Landfall, sack 2 lands. Oh, yeah, with the sack 2 lands landfall. The sack 2 lands deck. Sorry. The artifact that forces you to sack your lands is now actually going to buff up your Fanatical Armor. A lot of synergy in today's show. A lot of synergy. There was never a wear. Yeah, it could be... It's the armor is just... It just came to life. We animated the equipment. Okay, cool card. Actually, very cool card. Armageddon support, yeah. Fanatical Armor, Armageddon. Buff up my Fanatical Armor. You can tell your opponents, look, I'm not. It's not a land destruction deck. It's a Fanatical Armor buff deck. All right. There's a difference. I'm not trying to blow up your lands to prevent you from casting spells. I'm just trying to buff up my Fanatical Armor. Cool card. Okay, next up we have the super chat coming from our fellow over here. I'd pronounce your name if I could, but I can't. Thanks to the super chat, we're gonna look at Speaking Size. It's a land. Whenever you cast a legendary, whenever you cast an legendary spell, this is very grammatically incorrect. Conjure a random card from an opponent's graveyard into your hand. Illegal. Which means we just talked about the rules earlier. If it goes into our hand, it actually ends up going into our opponent's hand. Then conjure a duplicate of it into your hand. Okay, that can be... Oh, wait. Hold on. This conjure is not the actual card. We're just creating the card. So conjuring a random card from the graveyard into our hand will be illegal, and then we make a duplicate of it, so we get two of that same cards. Yeah, conjure's gonna work. I didn't think about that upon first glance. Yeah, with conjure it would definitely work. Give each player a copy of the card? No, we would end up having 2 copies because we're conjuring. I forgot, conjure is not taking the card. Conjuring is like creating a version of the card. We're creating a copy of a random card from our opponent's graveyard, putting it into our hand, and then we're going to conjure another one. The flesh is bingo. Nothing gets exiled. Sorry, Toads, nothing gets exiled over there. We got Nikania. Hey, I'm new here. Is your channel about custom Magic cards? It's about a lot of things, but we do once every 2 weeks, we do custom Magic the Gathering cards, Nikon. Well, welcome to the Coffee Crew. And that's actually every second Wednesday. So every second Wednesday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But you do have to pay to be on the show because that's the demand for that is insane. But if you're on the show, you'll find out how the rules work. We got a lot of, we got a backlog of 1 million shows you could see just to get an example of how it works around here. Very popular show. A mythic land with no tap ability, and you still have to cast the copies. Quite balanced, I think. Very, whenever you cast, so it's whenever you cast a legendary spell. This card does seem a bit broken to me. This is a huge card advantage. So, and whenever I cast a legendary spell, I get 2 more cards in my hand. It's like I get 2 random free cards. That's insane. And this plus Urborg, it means this can tap for mana too. Very strong. I think it's strong everywhere. This card is just we have Library of Alexandria is banned for a reason. You don't even need to tap this thing. Although at least you do have to you still have to cast things. I don't think there's a big problem with playing this on like turn 4, turn 5, or like, I don't know, ramp into this, for example, play several lands a turn. Or you do a little bit of ramping, then you play your speaking size and then start casting legendary cards. What if I conjure a legendary? If you conjure a legendary, you play it, then you get even more stuff. You're making a custom set? Oh, you better believe you're in the right place, Nikania. There's many people like you. They love their custom Magic the Gathering card sets. But you have to spoon feed it on the show. I only limit people 2 cards per show. That's because the show goes to like 3 hours. Okay, Super Field Crun says, what if you don't have the right mana colors to cast your opponent's spells? You're crap out of luck now, aren't you? So make sure you get some. Make sure you're building a Wooburg deck when you play your speaking size. Wooburg deck. This is This is a very interesting card, but I think it partially at dangers. Very, very partially at dangers. Great, I copied the crappy peak card from before. At least you have 2 of them. You'll always know what's going on in your opponent's hand. Okay, next up, we've got the super chat from Captain Rumia. Thank you very much, Captain Rumia, for another super chat. You cast Pot of Greed, you get 2 more cards. And that's going to start with Sporo Cub Raiders. This is a 5 mana, 3/3 human advisor. Tap. Target creature gains creatures for as long as you control this creature. What? No, that's not the right sound effect. I'm confused here. Target creature gains creatures for as long as you control this creature. I have no idea what the hell this thing is doing. It's a Sporo Cubs. It's that's not even a cub. This is a giant bear. Double creatures. Target creature gains creatures for as long as you control this creature. I don't know what this is saying. It looks like a World of Warcraft concept art. Great Nate says, I guess they gain the creature type creature. Maybe target creature gains creatures for as long as you control this creature. I get that's probably the best interpretation I've read so far. The little walking shroomies are the Sporo Cubs, I suppose so. Maybe they control the bear at this point. I creature my creature, so that creature may creature this creature. Exactly. It's just as confusing as this. Sir Stanley says, draw 2 cards for free. No TCG would ever be insane to make that legal. Tongue in cheek, yeah. No, not like Bill from Pokemon or Pot of Greed. It's funny, Pot of Greed, that's banned in Yu-Gi-Oh! But Professor Oak or Bill in Pokemon, no, those are fine. No problem. Does anyone who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, is Pokemon like more broken than Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of all the card draw and like tutoring effects that they have? I'm just curious. I think the only difference is like Pokemon maybe just can't win on turn 1. It's impossible. Or maybe it is possible if your opponent like has only 1 creature out. Or sorry, 1 Pokemon out. I forgot. They could be really unlucky with the Pokemon. You can draw so many cards in Pokemon, always has been. Pokemon doesn't end turn 0, does it? I don't know about turn 0, but it can end turn 1 if you can KO the only Pokemon they have in play. I think, if the rules are still the same. In Pokemon, it somehow barely mattered. Fascinating. With how Pokemon works, the card draw is fine. Bill in Pokemon, Professor Oak discards your entire hand and draw 7, but you can only play 1 of those cards per turn, so it's balanced. But wait, now, back in my day, because I originally played the Pokemon TCG, you could play as many Professor Oaks on 1 turn as you wanted, and you could even play like Snapcaster Mage on those Professor Oaks. You could go through your entire deck on the first turn. It was nuts. It was like it was vintage, basically at the time. Pokemon actually had a resource system, so I think it's a bit more balanced, and card draw doesn't matter as much. Interesting. Maybe it's time to get back into Pokemon. Well, I won't do it, but maybe I should do it for old time's sake. Okay, Sporo Cub Raiders. Bunch of Cloud Poo. Go to your rank with all those other shrooms you have on your back. Oh, that's interesting. What a very interesting looking art. Okay, we have for 2 mana a 1/4 Skyvu Kamix Wolves. And apparently it's got the band sign on it. On what looks to be... Looks like macaroni salad, to be honest. Macaroni salad! 2 thumbs down, according to the Skyvu Kamix Wolves. Show your support for macaroni salad in chat, if you're a fan. Okay, this is a human cleric. Green lands you control have in-second creature modes. The active player can't become Slaw. We will find out what Slaw is in the future. Tap, exile another type from your graveyard. This creature enters Waterface. You hear that, Toads? What happened, Toads? Tap, exile another type from your graveyard. This creature enters Waterface. What is it, Toads? The Slaw is the law. Oh my god. The Slaw is the law around here. My mind is now Slaw after reading this. I know, it also gives us a bunch of mind fudge. Toads! Toads, it's your moment now! We just exiled another type from the graveyard. From the graveyard. It's Cole's Law. Oh, so it is. Oh, it's coleslaw over there. We banned the coleslaw. What food is that, and why is it banned? It's probably coleslaw. They had some problem with it. Looks like they are banning the slaw. Toads, the fleshes have been reached. You wanted to reach for the yes, the fleshes have finally been reached. You mentioned it like 2 times when it wasn't relevant. Now it is relevant. Where's the fleshes have been reached? Yeah, we have reached the fleshes. The fleshes have been reached now. Not reach, literally fleshes reached. Exiles a type instead of a card. I'm just assuming it exiles the card just of a different type. Because you can't exile, like, I don't know, the type from a card, you know what I mean? It would just normally just get removed. No Zybers? Waterface sounds like it could be a dungeon. Okay, if no mortals proxed, careful, given those who make each Briori's wisdom must pract worries forth ribbons. All right, our brain is a bunch of coleslaw after this card. Waterface. Professor Dr. Brian tested double sleeving again. Waterface sounds like an insult. Damn, Waterface. Player can't become coleslaw. My dog... Oh, you have a doggy over there. My dog Lucky was bugging me right now and distracting me, bro. I mean, you had no Zybers card for the bingo the entire stream. Yeah, we had nothing that was... There was a lot of just weird junk today. Waterface is the new canon term for mono blue. Ooh, that's good. It's a Waterface card. Exile another type of card from your graveyard. This creature enters Waterface. Mono blue. I like that. New insight. those water facers, merfolk. All right, everybody. It was a great show today. I hope everyone had fun. We compensate. Whoops. Where am I going here? We compensated for the cards that we missed last time, and there are still millions of more cards to go. As usual, this show is done Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And also Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. We also, thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you Super Chat to be part of the show, or of course, Super Chat so other people are part of the show. And thank you so much, my coffee crew, Zyber Nation, for being here today. We have people like Fin Grinder, Lorezio, Little Deadfly, Adaptus. We have Enfadiaz, Hexanort, Atomic Nightmare, Emperor, Toads. We have our fellow here. I'll get my wife to tell me what your name is. Until then, you are U5Q. We got Aziza Master, Nick Star, Captain Rumia. 7 years from now, new viewers will come in and wonder why we're throwing around the term Waterface like it was nothing. I know. And as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.